weekend is here again, my friends. Trey Reid with Arkansas Game and Fish joining us for our outdoor report. Good to see you, my friend.
Good to see you.
Hey, man, we're inside again, dealing with a little more weather.
Yeah, we are.
It is what it is.
Yeah, you know, it's Arkansas.
It's
man.
July in Arkansas. Speaking of which, we're going to talk about the heat that's moving in next week in just a little bit. But first, Legacy Lunker, man, I am so proud of our state. I'm proud of what we've been doing with this thing. And
it's been fun.
Some good news, too. I understand some migrants from Florida made their way up here, huh?
Yeah, you know, so these Florida bass are primarily what most of the Legacy Lunkers are. And we've done some testing and to determine just how much Florida bass, just how much largemouth bass they are. Of course, until recently, Hayden, we considered all that the same species.
Yes.
But now we consider them two different species. But, okay, we've been talking Legacy Lunker, right, all spring, really into the winter, into the spring, because started January 1 through March 31st. Anglers who caught a 10-pound or larger, largemouth, Florida bass, whatever, green bass.
It's a green bass.
It's a green bass, yeah. So they could voluntarily donate that to the Arkansas Game and Fish Commission. We would temporarily take possession, take it to the Lone Oak Hatchery and get it spawned out there. And then, so, you know, which has all been fun. We had 19 of those.
Why was Northeast Arkansas such the heavy hitter when we started this thing, man?
That
was what's blowing my mind,
Little Lake on the Ridge at Village Creek State Park produced our first 3 back in January. I think the first week of January.
I think it was. Yeah, we were talking about it. I'm like, there's Northeast Arkansas showing out again.
So, you know, we've been talking all about that, the spawn and the lake. Well, now the baby bass have gone back from where the mama bass came from. And we've put some in some other lakes as well, but that was part of the deal. Like, we're going to take these fish, like if the donated from DeGray Lake. Well, we send the fingerlings that bass spawned out back to DeGray Lake. So really cool program, and it's yeah. I mean, you know, that's the whole idea behind the program, is to hopefully create more trophy bass in the future, and so. The little baby trophies are out there. All they need to do now is avoid predation and grow up, and hopefully they'll be on the end of maybe one of our lines in the near future.
Be fantastic. Gosh, I hope so too. Man, I would love it. Now, we talked about that heat that's moving in. It's going to be, I think Tracy even mentioned, maybe he'd be hitting 100 on Monday, maybe 100 on Tuesday.
Man.
Oh, yeah, no, that's true, by the way.
Yeah.
Maybe air temp, by the way, air temp.
Oh, not feels
hot.
like. Huh?
Well, it's important, not feels like, no. But here's the deal. When you do go fishing, and we have such great trout fishing that we talk about. I think about going north central Arkansas and all those amazing flowing rivers we got. But here's the thing. When you handle those fish, you need to be careful. You need to be cautious, because the heat, it impacts them too.
Absolutely. I mean, trout fishing in Arkansas is one of the best ways I know to beat the summer heat, because, you know, if there's not heavy flows, you're standing in your waders or maybe even wet wading when it's this hot, and that water's cold.
Feels good, doesn't it?
It feels real good. It feels real good. It's a great way to beat the heat. But you're right, Hayden. We need to take extra precautions. Of course, trout are not native to Arkansas. You know why? Because it gets too hot here for trout. The only reason we have trout is because they're the mitigation for the loss of warm water species when all the big dams, you know, in the White River system primarily were built back in the mid-20th century. And so we do have trout. That cold water supports them, but you know, that cold water starts to warm up the farther you go downstream. So a couple of things to keep in mind. If you can, carry a little, you know, thermometer with you. And if surface water temperatures are 68 degrees or warmer, consider moving up closer to the dam.
Okay.
Here's the thing. The trout are going to be more active, and they're going to feed better where they're more comfortable anyway. So you're going to increase your chances, and you're going to not stress the fish as much as you would in the warmer water temperatures. Reduce the fight time, maybe go to a little bit heavier leader or line. So you got to be real careful, like fly fishing, especially ultralight tackle. You might break them off. So maybe go a little bit heavier where you can still trick the fish. You're not going to use, you know, a nylon rope to catch trout with, but maybe a slightly heavier line to reduce that fight time. And also, you know, things like, we all like to take a picture with the fish, and that's fine. But do it real quickly.
Speedy process, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, speedy process. Maybe keep the fish in the water, you know. Maybe you can't get in, but you get a picture of the fish, you know, holding it in the water. Rubber nets as opposed to the, you know, the nylon mesh nets. Those are much better on the fish. But here's another thing people don't think about. I know our limits are reduced. We've talked about the issues at the North Fork National Fish Hatchery. maybe keep some fish this time of year. I mean, we know that about 75–80% of our trout anglers are predominantly catch and release anglers. And that's fine. Leave them for somebody else to catch in the future. But this time of year, probably post-release mortality is going to be a little bit higher than it is in the winter, spring, and fall months.
Gotcha.
So just some things to keep in mind. Go trout fishing. Great way to beat the heat. But, you know, make sure the trout beat the heat too.
Man, I'd love to have my feet in the spring river right now. That sounds
Yeah,
pretty.
I mean, you know, Hayden, the only thing that's stopping us is about 3 hours drive.
That's it, man. That's it. Hey, just a lot of great tips too. Again, I know we haven't really seen that super heat that we're used to in August and July and everything. It's just great tips. And hey, also congratulations on that Legacy Lunker program, man. You got it going. I love what we did. I'm proud of us.
It's very cool, man. I think we're getting a lot of positive attention from that, and bass anglers are very happy. And yeah, we got the babies are back out there, ready to grow. And we'll talk a little bit more. We're going to have a fundraising banquet around the Legacy Lunker Angler Recognition Program in October. We'll talk more about that a little bit closer to time, because it's not just those anglers that donate fish. Everybody is invited to come celebrate bass fishing in Arkansas.
So here's what I love about July and August. We go down to Florida to get to the beach for a week or so. The fish come up here. So now they're here hanging out. Trey Reid, Arkansas Game and Fish.
Thank you,
sir. Good as always. Anglers, pay attention to all these notes. AGFC.com. Of course, THV11.com. You can watch this on demand anytime on THV11 Plus.